Good afternoon, folks. So I was gonna do some of the side quest or the event quest, and I thought I would take Wolverine in and take Apocalypse in, excuse me, and check out the Horseman of the Apocalypse. And I thought, it might be a good time to just kind of dive into our rank 4 Sig 200. Now I'm not taking it to the highest difficulty. I've already completed those. I'm just slamming out some of the lower difficulties to make sure I clear everything. Wanted to take a look at his synergies, his abilities, see what he looks like as a horseman of the apocalypse. Probably pretty nasty. I think I have I'm not sure. I don't have a relic on him yet. I need to. I don't want to spend the units to unbind this Wolverine from Deadpool. Although Deadpool is a great character to have that on. Um, actually, let's take a look at our relics. Why not? We've got 475 units. Let's go ahead and just take a look at this. Because I did want to put him on someone. I think actually Rampage, increasing attack rating while unblockable. Lands a hit, gain the following effects, max prowess effect potency. So Storm is might be a decent champion to put onto Wolverine Weapon X. But since he's primarily a defender, I don't know if I want to actually burn a relic on him. He's not used as an attacker too much. I'm just kind of taking him in as a showcase to look at him, see what he looks like as a horseman. Let's see. As you can see, I've already completed the Elder difficulty for this week with this keys, and I've already completed the Legendary. So we're going to dive into the Epic. So he might smash a little too hard for us to really take a hard look at him. But let's grab Wolverine Weapon X. Let's grab Apocalypse. And just for the heck of it, let's throw all his synergies on. We'll just throw one of each. Looks like he gets some bleed debuff potency. He gets some regen. Let's see. Wolverine regen buffs grant 15% attack. That's kind of dirty. And start the fight with 5 rage charges. And Thanos, King, and Gold Pulse start the fight with fury buffs. The trophy case. This is probably one of my favorite synergies, purely because they acknowledge the term trophy in here. Something I'd very much like to see in the contest is for them to add a trophy tag to all of the trophy characters in the game, or hard to obtain characters in the game. Maybe something that identifies them as unobtainable through a base crystal, which I know would be tough because of the constant adding of them to the base pool, but might be something that they could uniquely add to the 2 stars, because 2-star characters do not get added to the base pool. The ones that are not in the base pool will always not be in the base pool, and I feel like that should be differentiated to the collectors and the players. Again, I'm a small minority. Most people don't care too much about 2-star characters, or even trophy characters, but it would be great for me to see, every trophy character in the game. I know like a 3-star Hulk used to be unobtainable except through some sort of event. I think he's obtainable now, and it's, who'd have thought like, oh, a 3-star Hulk, like there's nothing special or relevant about him, but historically, you couldn't get a 3-star Hulk if you didn't get him from a single event that ran way back in like 2015 or 2016. Again, I think he's widely available now, but that was just, something in the past. And it'd be nice to know those little kind of off characters that just aren't there. Like for the longest time, Black Bolt, Deadpool X, and I'm talking about 5 stars now, but like Black Bolt, Deadpool X Force, um, and a couple other characters. I'm having a hard time remembering them now, but there was like 6 or 7 characters that you could not get from any crystal. It was only obtainable through some weird event, or maybe the incursion crystals was obtainable. So I'd love to see that in the game. I'd love to see some sort of filter on the champion screen that let you see those rare and hard to find and hard to get champions. Maybe just a trophy tag or something. We should have brought Cable in so that we don't have to burn as many fights on Apocalypse to make him a horseman. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and just do this anyway. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself in these fights. And again, as I've said in my previous videos, I apologize for the sniffling and the coughing. I'm still getting over a little bit of a cold. But let's go ahead and take a Apoc. So with Apocalypse, with each fight you're going to gain a persistent charge. For some reason, I have 4 right off the bat. I'm not sure why that is. I thought that was something you only got with Cable, but there must be another champion giving that benefit, because usually you have to win a few. You start with 1, and then you win every fight that you win or maybe participate in. You would gain a charge. One of his little persistent charges, which once you have 4, you could then burn them to create a Horseman of the Apocalypse. So I'm not sure why I have 4 right off the bat. Let's just take a look and see. Let's go through some Kratos education here. Where is my Apocalypse? There he is. I'm just going right past him. Champion info. So let's look at his synergies. Kang. Okay, so start the fight, the quest with maximum genetic code. So I guess the reason I thought it was only Cable is because generally Cable is... most people don't have Kang. So, whenever I associate that start the fight with 4 charges, I always associate that with Cable, because that's what, most of the YouTubers and walkthrough guides will always show, because, hey, what's the likelihood that, the vast majority of the player base is going to have a Kang? So that's cool. Kang gave me that benefit. I learned something today. So Kang does that, so we can dive right into our Horseman of the Apocalypse. Weapon X, Sig 200, rank 4, right off the bat. What's funny is I actually don't know anything about Wolverine Weapon X. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through here. Berserk. Start with the regen, passive, immune to all types of regenerate modification. That's kind of nice. Bleeds, rage passive. All right, so here's how Weapon X works. And this might help you guys in Battlegrounds. Having a Weapon X to look at might help you in Battlegrounds if you run up against them as a defender and you need to take him down, come up with a counter. Maybe you ban some other characters without even seeing the Weapon X and you regret it, so you're stuck with them. So let's break down oh, that's a lot of reading. You guys really want to sit through that? We'll go quick. We'll go quick. Rage. So he gains a rage charge every time he's struck. I don't like that. I don't know if it counts if he's getting struck into a block, or do I have to actually eat some hits to get a rage charge? Or if one of his abilities fails to trigger due to chance, or if a debuff is purified off the opponent. So he'd be good against like Kingpin, or people who shrug off debuffs or purify debuffs. I guess he gets rage charges. Unaffected by ability. So ability to accuracy reduction doesn't hurt him. That's kind of cool. Once we get 25 of those, once we get hit a bunch or some stuff is purified, once we get 25, we enter Berserk until my rage counter reaches 0. So once you go into Berserk, you go unstoppable for 4 seconds. And as long as he's Berserk but not unstoppable, the rage falls off 1 second at a time, falling off faster the longer he's been Berserk. Ends all associated effects, and yada yada. Cannot gain charges for 20 more seconds. So once it lands, it's got a cooldown of 20 seconds. Following bonuses, so you gain a whole bunch of attack, you gain a whole bunch of regen. Let's see, when struck to gain a regeneration pass. So basically, for 5 seconds, or over the course of 5 seconds, while Berserk, you're going to regen all the damage you take from being struck. I don't know if it applies to damage over time, which is pretty cool. And then if I get struck, you get... So basically, once you go into Berserk, I think you just want to let the opponent wail into you for a second, and then you get all these furies, all these regens, you can't be stunned, and you become unblockable. So maybe eat a 5-hit combo and then lay into them might be the way to go. So gain 2 charges if your attack misses, and you go unstoppable for a second. All attacks, 50% chance to cause a bleed, 100% if you've got 10 or more rages. That's kind of nasty. When attacked while not in Berserk, 50% chance to gain a regen. That's kind of nice. This dude's just tanky. And then if I have rage charges, you gain unstoppable, which then goes into cooldown for 10 seconds while charging a heavy. And if below 10 rage charges, you double your rage charges. That's good to know. And then you refresh all the bleeds on your opponent. So I mean, I'm sure there's some really good ways to use this character. Someone who's looking at this who's really good at utilizing utility can go in here and probably come up with an amazing rotation that really takes advantage of all this. You know, doing a combo, getting hit in the face, then doubling your charges while adding bleeds to stack those while throwing another heavy to trigger the bleeds. Well, that's just too much work for me. I'm just gonna go nuts. So let's dive into it. We're just gonna smash. That's the way of the Cracetos is just smash. So like, okay, he's got 3 bleeds on him. Why not? Let's refresh those. So he's got a bunch of bleeds on him. Let's see. Let's just take a 5-hit combo and just okay. That doesn't work. So he's got some some unstoppables. I mean, he's about to die anyway. He's dead. Maybe we need to go into some higher content. Maybe we could go into everyone's favorite punching bag, Realm of Legends, Winter Soldier. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not, Horseman of the Apocalypse. I don't know how much that's affecting the fight. If I'm getting anything, so there's that regeneration right off the bat. It's kind of nice. Let's replenish these bleeds. So we get a bleed every heavy, or I guess. Oh, and we doubled our rage charges when we did that. We must have had 9. We didn't. Oh, that's if you're below 10, you double your rage charges. So we weren't below 10. Oh, okay. This fight's dumb. So we have to parry to put a weakness, and then while a weakness is on, we have to parry to turn it into something else. Suppression. Otherwise, we're just not doing damage. Suppression, disorient. We want to get him. We want a weakness. Disorient. Still no weakness. Disorient. Come on, give me a weakness. I mean, whatever. We don't have to. We don't have to go through that. It looks like we're kind of melting him anyway. So use a special 3. Not doing a whole lot of damage because he's just glancing at everything. That's all right. I think I'm in rage mode. So what? Was there some cool stuff you could do while in rage mode? As far as doing a whole bunch of damage. Ooh, I had some power stings on me. That hurt. That hurt. That's all right. I'll regen. I'll heal up. It's Wolverine. He doesn't die. Anyway, so we didn't really do that fight how we were supposed to. That Ant-Man fight could be pretty annoying. It certainly gave me trouble on the Elder difficulty because I didn't, obviously, Crazy Toast doesn't read notes. I probably had 150 to 200 hit combo on him with him still over 90% health, and I finally paused out of frustration and read the notes and realized you basically throw a random debuff on them every time they're stunned. Every time you stun them, they get a debuff. And what you want is for them to get a weakness debuff. If you stun them again while a weakness is active, then both of those debuffs are removed. So they're not going to be stunned. Your parry's not going to stun them. You want to be careful. You don't try to go into a combo. You're going to get laid out. But if they've got a weakness and you stun them, both of them are removed immediately, and they get a what's it called? A power sting on them, and then he's able to take damage. While that Ant-Man doesn't have a power sting on him, he takes like 90% reduced damage or something super annoying like that. So it's a very, very long fight if you're not actually doing the little rotation that it wants. It's a very picky fight. Anyway, so I mean this is easy. I mean we're not on legendary or elder. So obviously, this content's a little below Weapon X's station here. He's just rolling through this. Oh, that might kill me. Let's see if we can come back from this. I wasn't paying attention. And I was unstoppable. I could have just dexed or anyway, we powered through it. I just stood there and ate that second hit of that special when I could have dexed it or even blocked it to reduce some of that damage we took. But let's see if we can close this out with nothing but Weapon X. Let's see if we can get through this Hulkbuster. He's going to throw some shocks on me. Again, I'm not sure what triggers the shocks. I don't know if it's just a random contact thing. But yeah, as you can see, I'm kind of scrubby. Like I'm a 5 hit combo, kind of super basic player. Um, I like I said, I don't know much about Hulkbuster. I don't know what to do to avoid his shocks, if there is something that can be done to avoid his shocks. I just know his special two is really annoying to avoid, so I always try and bait that special one because that's just, you can dodge that with your toes. It's very very easy special to dodge. Watch me get like hit in the face with it right after I say that too. Anyway, let's pop a special two, close this fight out. There we go. So not only does he have the unblockable specials by default, but Hulkbuster has an unblockable cooldown. You got to watch that timer. If you're far away, you get the unblockable, I think, and if you're close, then he gets the unblockable. Um, so you just got to watch out. If he grabs that unblockable, then you're gonna, you got to be careful. You're not trying to parry. You got to go into the intercept game. But here we go. Atuma is a really easy fight. He shrugs off parries, which makes it a little harder. You have to go into the intercept game. But you've got this permanent degen on you that you every time you do, basically when you do damage to Atuma, you replenish your health. So it's very easy. As long as you're able to start making contact, you're gonna offset that damage from the degen really simply. Let's see if we can just do that. And his special one is very easy to dodge. Just try and bait out that special one. His special two isn't terrible. It's a projectile, and then he'll lunge at you. I kind of treat it the same way as Silver Surfer special two. It's got kind of a long, drawn out forward motion that you got to have a lot of distance if you want to dex it. Otherwise, you're just going to have to eat the block damage. But special one is very, very, very easy to dodge. So definitely try and bait out that special one on the Atuma. I haven't fought Shuri much just because Atuma's so easy. I just go the easy route to clear it. But that's nice. We got a 5-star Awakening gem. Let's go ahead and open that up, see what we get. We've got quite a few gems for 5 stars as it is. But we're kind of holding them. I want to have enough in surplus should I ever pull my Punisher or my Punisher or Immortal Iron Fist. I always want to have at least 2 generics on hand for both of those. For both of those characters, so I can immediately awaken them the moment I get them, and then I can use the overflow on characters that might be deemed worthy to use on. But let's take a look. I think we have some gems, and I think we have some extra 5-star gems. We don't want to go to the store. We want to go to inventory, and we want to go to our stones and gems. So let's see. We've got 3 generic gems right there. We have a 5-star Tech Awakening gem, but we've got no one to use it on. We've got 5-star Skill Awakening gem. Let's go ahead and awaken Misty Knight. I'm hesitating because I'm thinking maybe I save my skill for Punisher, and I can free up one of those generic Awakening gems. That's all right. Let's just use it on Misty Knight. So every 5-star is awakened. Every tech is awakened. We don't have a science. Every mystic is awakened. So let's see who we have left to awaken. We have 3 remaining, and we've only got 2 characters to awaken. Wait, do we have a science? No, that's a 6-star. We don't have a 5-star gem. So of all the 5 stars in the game, only 2 I have are unawakened. Screw it. Let's go ahead and awaken them both. Why not? Let's have every single 5-star in the game awakened. We're only missing Wong. Let's see. That's kind of nice. Champions. So we have 1 crystal for, and we didn't betray ourselves. Let's go back to our inventory real quick. Stones and gems. We have 1 crystal here saved for weapon, or not weapon X. I'm so used to saying save for weapon X, because I've been saving for Weapon X for so many years. We've got 1 crystal saved for Punisher, and then down here our Mystic. We've got 4. We've got plenty of Mystics queued up for when we get Immortal Iron Fist someday. Sadly, I don't play a lot of Arena, so Immortal Iron, or excuse me, no, yeah, Punisher is the hard one to get. He's the one from Arena. Immortal Iron Fist is from Max Sig Crystals. So Punisher is the one that's probably going to be out of my reach for a long time. As you can see, I've only got 100,000 battle chips. The only Arena I play generally that isn't Deadpool related is going to be the new character each month just to the 7.5 million milestone in order to get the 3-star and the 4-star, which I don't even know what arenas are running right now. I need to make sure I'm not missing a Tuma. Yeah, they're fine. So yeah, as you see, I have no progression on any of these. I don't run arenas arenas barely at all, just enough to make sure I keep up on the 3-stars and 4-stars. Anyway, what were we doing? We awakened those characters, and I think that's it. I think that's all we're gonna do today. For this video at least. We awakened, let's see, we've got 4 awakening gems. Let's go through this. Leave in the comments who you think I should awaken, if anyone deserves it. I'll scroll through here really quick. I've got 4 gems. I'd like to reserve 2 of them for the infamous Iron Man if I obtain him, and what's the other one? The new Spider-Man, the Doctor Strange Spider-Man dude, bro. I want to save one for him. Both of those 2 characters are some of the highest prestige characters in the game, top 5 that is. So I want to reserve at least 2 awakening gems. So we really have 2 gems to spare. We've got a rank 4 Apocalypse, but his awakening ability doesn't offer him much benefit. My Hitmonkey and Black Panther are both rank 3. My Tigra and Sunspot are both rank 2. And then Mangog and Below are all rank 1 characters down here. Elsa Bloodstone, Massacre. Some people pronounce it Massacre. I don't know the proper pronunciation. I've always pronounced it Massacre. I'm going to continue doing so. It's GIF, not GIF. In the House of Kratos. We got Wong, we got Phoenix, we got Vision, Arcus, Loki, Jubilee, Ronan, Sauron, Black Cat, Red Goblin, Super Scroll, Morningstar, Invisible Woman, Odin and the Champion, Emma Frost and Icarus, Terrax and Hulk, Karnak and Joe Fixit, Nightcrawler, Mr. Sinister, Civil Warrior, Iceman, Iron Patriot, Vision, Ronan, Captain America, Penny Parker, Null, Longshot, Sasquatch, Titania. Penny Parker probably is definitely one that deserves it. Null, I'm not sure if he needs it. I know he's a very good Battlegrounds defender and War defender with those reverse controls. He can really mess you up with those reverse controls if you don't have psychic shielding or some sort of counter for that. Titania looked really cool. I'm actually really happy to have her. I want to get her ranked up as soon as I have the resources. But anyway, leave a comment. Let me know who you think should get the gem. Who would you use it on? Who would you save it for? The champions that I don't have as far as 6-stars that I can save for. If I go down here to unowned, so the 6-stars that it can be saved for, Gallon, Gore, Bishop, all these guys. Hulkling, Infinite Iron Man is definitely one that is being saved for. Spider-Man Supreme, that's the term we were missing. Spider-Man Supreme is one we'd like to save one for. Punisher and Immortal Iron Fist, of course. Valkyrie, Thanos would definitely get a gem the moment I got him if I wasn't able to dupe him from whatever holiday crystal is replacing the greater gifting crystals. But there you have it. Those are the 6-stars I'm missing. I'm missing 6, 12, 18. I'm missing 21 6-stars. I have every 6-star in the game except for these 21. 2 of which are trophy champions, so really that number is 19. 19 generally obtainable. Well, 18 because of Thanos, so 18 generally obtainable characters through means of base crystals or featured crystals. Anyway, have a good rest of your Sunday, folks, and until next time.